with other people. Okay, we're going to focus on Thursday. We talked about database. We talked about the importance of it, all of that. Building it is what we talked about on Thursday. Today, we're going to talk about the care and feeding of your database. So some of this, I know you're saying, well, she said this before. I know, but let's check in real quick. I wanted to take that time though about Jay Shetty. Okay, if you'll take your phones out and scan the QR code, let us know that you are here and participating. That would be lovely and wonderful.
Will someone be nice and check in for me since I'm driving?
Yes, if somebody would scan again and put Jaden's name in.
Put her name
She's driving.
in. Jaden,
Jadyn, and her last name is Ogo. Thanks, Tyler.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Okay, let's dive in. It feels a little weird since usually we have a business meeting right now, but you know what? Let's talk database.
Are we gonna still have a business meeting?
No,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just curious.
that's why we switched to launch because of Jay Shetty so that we could all be there and because there was no business meeting. There will be tour. Brett is not here, but supposedly David Reeder is going to be here, but if he's not, Brett's already done a list. I also had flyers for my husband's broker tour today on his new listing. Got to go see it.
Is that gonna be on the?
It's on the list. It's on the list. He does not have food. I always tell him he should have food, but he doesn't listen to his wife. Okay, your database is your business. Everybody say that with me. Your database is your business. You've got to know and feel that it is your business. That's how important it is. And I don't think embrace it here in the beginning or feel how important it is because your database may not be, all those people may not be running and flocking around you when you're brand new saying, I want to buy a house, I want to sell a house. So it might not feel important to you, but it is critical for now and for your future. It's how you're going to build a foundation of this business and be successful. It is important. It's going to be what helps make your business thrive and grow. And your goal is to transform that database into a dynamic business asset. So you go from just a list of names and command to enhancing and growing relationships that turn into business, ways for you to help people. So your database is your business. So when you ignore your database, and it will happen, it's just human nature. You're going to get busy. You're going to get off doing other things, and all of a sudden you're going to be thinking, I haven't touched my database in months. You'd be like, oh, that's not good. Well, no, it's not good. It happens. You have to get back to acting like it's something you have to touch and be in and manage and care and feed. That's why we're focusing on that today, is how important that it's not a one and done. So remember, law number one was build it. That's what we talked about on Thursday. Build this sucker. Does everybody have all your people in command? You're working on it. Well, you're fairly new, so you're working on it. Everybody else have your people in command?
Yes, I have everybody too.
Wait a minute. No? Okay.
I mean, I learned with Megan how to do it, so.
The
I think
import
I
with
still
your
have to go
phone.
back and, what'd you say?
Have you done the import with your phone where you import your phone contacts into command? Because there's a way to do it.
But I don't have them as like an opportunity.
Or you won't have them as an opportunity yet. So that's a good point. So understanding all the things, you get them in command under contacts. And then in there, you manage it. They'll only go into opportunities. You do need to have them in command for them to become an opportunity, because an opportunity is what we call a transaction in our system. And so when they become a client and they've signed paperwork, then you're going to add them to an opportunity. But you do need them in there in the contacts to be able to create an opportunity. Make sense?
I dump my phone into command about once a month.
Okay, perfect.
I
So it
add,
updates
like,
it.
The duplicate.
I add like
Come out.
4 or 5 people to my contacts a month. And so about every month I'll just dump my phone into my contact, or dump my phone contacts into command.
I like that.
And yeah, it doesn't copy over duplicates, so it'll just add the
The new people.
4 or 5 new.
I like that strategy instead of you having to then put in those 4 or 5 people, which you might put off. And like, when I have time to do that, but just to import them in. And I really like that strategy. So do what Jeffrey does.
4 new ones I need to put in there, but that sounds better.
I found it really easy with the app too, the app on
Yeah.
your phone. Right after you're done talking with someone, put them in your contacts. You can just pull up your phone when you leave. Contact them, the notes, what you guys talked about.
Yes.
Add them in right there if you don't forget.
If you do your emails and text messages from the app, from your agent app, then it's going to capture that. The phone calls, you have to put in the notes, but you put it in right there. It's going into your command contact. So if you get used to using the work app and keeping, that's the red app with the white letters, that's your work app. Use that as your communication center, because you're going to talk to people out and about and you're not going to remember notes and that type of thing. So I would strongly suggest use that app and learn what's on there so that you're using it in a way that helps you. So we're going to feed it every day. And you know that word of mine that I like so much, consistency. Consistency and persistence. Consistency is the key. If I add 10 people a day for 200 working days, that will give me a database of 2,000 names. And that's a database of a millionaire real estate agent. So if you're wanting to have a really big business, then you've got to be growing your database. It doesn't happen overnight, but if you're adding 10 people a day and you're purposeful about doing that, then you can have a really big database. And some of it's not going to be 10 a day. It's going to be doing something like an open house and you get 10 in one, or maybe even more, 15, and maybe you do, there's just so many different activities that you can get multiple names and contact information. So again, it is not a one and done task. It's not just, oh, get them in there, I'm done. No, that's not how that works. So we're going to have the discipline. Remember those daily business habits that we're striving to build? We're striving to build. That's what you're going to work on. Let's go over the daily 10-5. I want to make sure you all have these like cemented in your brain. Do the daily 10-5 no less than your first year. And if you want to really have the best business habits, you're going to do it every day of your business. You're not going to stop doing it. You're going to keep doing it because it's one of the most important habits you can build. So that's contacting 10 new contacts. That means contacting and connecting. So you might actually make more contacts than just 10 because not everybody's going to pick up. Not everybody's going to be home. Whatever, not everybody's going to answer your email or your text message, right? You're going to enter those 10 contacts. Either they're going to be new contacts or it's going to be additional information or notes that you're going to put in command about those conversations, right? You're going to write 10 notes, and that's either handwritten notes or text messages as a follow-up to those 10 people that you connected with, that you put in command, and now you're saying, it was great to catch up.
And that's a day, 10 a day.
Mhm, mhm. 10 a week will not build a business. Does that make sense? 5 a week will not build a business. So if you're not up to 10 a day, that 50 a week, keep pushing yourself. Find other opportunities to connect with people, whatever it needs to get you around people and connecting, because that's what builds a business. Make 10 social media interactions a day. That means like, comment, DM your own posts, but you have to interact on social media for it to work. You cannot just post. One of my favorite things I learned in Keller Williams' class on social media, probably 12 plus years ago, was social media isn't about you being interesting. It's about you being interested in other people. That's why they call it social. If it was all about us, they would call it narcissistic media, even though it feels like that on some people's pages, right? Why do they call it social media? To be social, you have to interact with people.
You have to comment like at least 6 words now for it to be.
5 to 6. 5 to 6 words you have to make. If you're making a comment and you want to help someone's algorithm, then you have to make a comment of 5 to 6 words. So it can't be just an emoji and it has any impact on their algorithm. You're doing it for them so that they will do it for you. Yeah. Now you can't say to somebody, could you go back on and do 6 words, please? Do another comment. You can educate
Try
people.
again.
Try again. Yeah. I'm deleting that one. Do a better one. 5 to 6 words. And then preview weekly 10 homes. So you're going to go out on tour. Most of you are going to go out on tour today. You're going to see 3 to 5 homes. Depends on how close together they are as to how many homes you could go see. And then who plans on doing an open house this weekend? Okay. Then when you go schedule that open house, you should be previewing the houses around that, to see what the other inventory is, so you can be knowledgeable to share that information with people. Otherwise, you don't look very valuable. You don't know much. If you don't know much about the neighborhood, then how is someone going to say, that's my agent? Tyler knows more than I do about this area. I think I need him because he seems to know what's going on. Yeah, if we don't look like we know what's going on, then we may be nice, but is nice enough? Not in business, not usually. Okay. Everybody got that? That daily 10-5? I want that like ingrained in you. We as coaches want to see you working towards that,
What's the 5 part?
these 5 things.
Okay. So it was contacting and then the follow-up as a second one.
Mhm.
And then the 10 interactions and then the homes. And what am I missing?
The social media. So you've got 10 contacts.
Yeah.
Those 10 go in command.
Oh, okay.
You do
okay.
10 follow-ups.
Command and follow-ups are separate. Okay,
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it. Sweet, sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you're asking for clarity. Okay. Yeah. Find your feed, prospecting and marketing. And we will have the next section of Launchpad, this course. We're in lead gen right now, but our next one is marketing. We're going to talk about social media and other kinds of marketing. So we are going to talk about the difference between prospecting and marketing. What's the difference between prospecting and marketing? Does anybody know?
Prospecting isn't like you're selecting an area. Is that correct? Like that you're wanting to focus on and you continue to market to that certain area?
Prospecting, not really. That's
Okay,
kind of
cool.
like farming.
So,
Prospecting is you're being active and going out to seek business.
okay.
So be that open houses, be that networking, you're going out to reach people.
Receiving.
Marketing is you're pushing marketing out there, hoping people come to you. Now, there's not a good or a bad between these two, but neither one works well all by itself. And so you can't just have a marketing company because then you're just going to be waiting for people to come to you. And we have to proactively also prospect because we know that's the most effective way of connecting with people to see if they need us. So if we're just doing marketing and staying behind the screen, because it's easier to do, right? Let's be real. We're not building relationships, we're not connecting, we're just hoping people come back to us. And if you're going to do just marketing, then you've got to do a heck of a lot of it and get out to thousands of people to get the numbers that you could get when you're doing personal connections with people. So that you don't worry about it. Actually, kind of leave it open because it's warm. You're fine. Yeah, it's quiet and it gets warm in here. And I start overheating. So does that make sense, the difference between prospecting and marketing? You should always, Gary Keller says this, you should always be prospecting based and marketing enhanced. So prospecting should be what your base is for lead gen. Marketing is what you do to enhance it. So it can be something that reinforces a relationship. So you meet someone, why do you do follow-up? You do follow-up to remind them that they met you and then hopefully to add value. Or marketing can be you do marketing in a neighborhood and you take around flyers to invite people to an open house so that you are being able to meet them at the open house or maybe to do a follow-up if you're doing farming. It's kind of like this introduction, this, oh, here I am, right? And then you come along. So that's why they go together. They do not perform well all by themselves. But the prospecting has to be the leading activity and the marketing enhances it so that it brings it all together. That's why putting someone on a smart plan is very effective, but it will never be as effective if you never touch those people and never personally reach out to them. It alone doesn't usually have the power to convert people all by itself, right? Makes sense? Here it comes. Okay. Any questions? How about you guys on Zoom? Got quite a few of you on Zoom. I've got Edgar. Remember, if you can be on camera, you know how Kristen feels. Edgar, Martha, Elena,
I'm listening. Sorry.
Alice, Jaden, Anna.
Can you hear me?
Okay, if you can be. If you're driving, I'm okay with you not being on camera or you're working. I get that.
Can you guys
Otherwise.
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Edgar.
Okay, good.
Hello.
Okay. All right. Hold on, let's get this back over. No, I want this. Hold on. I went to split screen. I don't want that. But I've got too many. There we go. Okay, keep it going. Feeding your database the essentials. Everybody remember, what are the pieces of information you need to get for each person?
Phone number, email, name.
Address.
Name, telephone
Okay.
number, address.
Yeah, their
email if
home
possible.
address would be perfect.
Yes. Martha, you're correct. Tyler, you're correct. We are correct. So you want their full name with correct spelling. Because remember, when you go to write an offer, that when you have to put the name of your buyer, your seller, it can't be Susie and Sam if their names are Susan and Samuel. So they're going to introduce themselves.
There without you asking, like
Exactly.
you have to dig.
Well, you have to say, what are your legal names? Because that's what we're going to have to put on legal documents.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to have to make certain, because I can't tell you how many times I've looked at contracts and it says Sam and Susie. And rarely is that their legal names. Okay, so, and in my database though, I would have what their nicknames are. Yeah, preferred name. That's a better way than nickname. And then was just a tip. If they give you their business card, write on the back of it as soon as possible any notes so that you remember, or put it in your phone. Personally, I would take a picture of their business card and then I would write notes and then send it to myself. Because a business card, I can lose it in no time flat. It can fall out of my bag or it can go roaming very quickly. So I'm going to take a picture of that business card, then I'm going to write some notes to myself. I'm going to send that to myself. But you want to keep gathering information continuously. Rarely will you have enough information on everybody. Do you have everybody's birthday?
I'm really good at getting birthdays.
Okay.
But not everybody's.
Right.
Yeah, there's some people that.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So, well, you've got help. Facebook can help in most cases. So
That's what I did.
did you? That's awesome. I love birthdays because it's a great time it's a great reason to reach out to people and do a personal touch. I used to always do personal birthday cards in people's mailbox. You all will get a birthday card from myself and the coaches. I've switched to electronic over mailing because it is expensive, as many as I send out a year. But it's the idea of personally recognizing someone. I also love holidays. So I need everybody's personal address, right? We all do.
Yeah, command works better on the smart plans than the 36 touch. If you have somebody's email, their home address, and their cell phone, then it's 100% comprehensive. Yeah. So it really does help to get all three of those.
And then remember, while you're making these calls and reach out here, especially in the beginning to build your database, go to the Ford technique. Ask them, because you're going to say, I don't want to just go real estate in their face. And I don't recommend that. Don't smush real estate. Don't force it in their face and say, I'm an agent. You can be excited about what you're doing, but ask about them. Ask about their family. Ask about their occupation, their jobs. Ask about recreation, what they do, what sports they play, or the kids play. Ask about dreams, dream vacations, that type of thing, so that you understand more about them and you have that information. I have seen agents. Do you all know how we had you fill out that agent questionnaire when you first joined? Everybody did. And then Jeg, our assistant, did a really nice one-pager in Facebook about each of you. Well, not yet. We don't have you're new enough, but every month she does all of the new agents on our launch Facebook page, and she takes that questionnaire so we can all get to know each other better. You can do that with clients. I know agents that when they start working with a client, now think about this, how this can enhance the client experience. They have them fill out a little questionnaire similar, but they ask them like, what's your favorite beverage? Morning beverage and evening beverage? What's your favorite dessert? What's your favorite snack? What's it's asking them things. What are your birthdays? When's your wedding anniversary? So that they can have reasons to touch and more personal reasons to touch. Or if you know what their recreation is, maybe as a closing gift, you get something tied to that. If you know they love to dine out, then maybe it's a gift card. If you know they love to garden, maybe it's a gift card to a garden center. You see what I'm saying? You can then personalize that experience more if you know more about them. So I love the idea of having every client fill out and don't make it too detailed, but a survey or a questionnaire so you can know more about them and be able to treat them. What does it look like? So here's something I did with every buyer. So I would take buyers in my car It's going to be up to you whether you put your buyers in your car or you have them meet you. But if we're going to see more than 2 houses, then I want you with me, because there's nothing worse than having someone follow you and you make a wrong turn and then you have to, yeah, it's just embarrassing and nerve-wracking. And because we really can't talk about the house inside a house anymore because most people have cameras, you're going to forget this and you're going to go off in a house. When you guys go on agent tour, do you watch what you say about the house in all of the rooms that you go in?
Be careful.
I have to work on my volume. I have to just be very conscientious of volume, like, because I just
I
talk
mean,
about talkers.
90% of the homes have a Ring doorbell or cameras inside. So just,
Think about
I
it.
have them in my house.
So are you watching what you're saying?
So say positive things.
Until, whenever I had a client, I would say, we'll talk about the house once we step outside.
Yeah.
Well, how far outside? Because there's probably a Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
Do you know how many sellers have heard conversations that have either pissed them off or
Negotiation
or
something.
gave them inside information on how, what the buyer's thinking about doing or not doing, especially with an offer? So you've got to tell them, we'll talk about this when we get outside, but I would say we'll talk about this when we get in the car.
Yeah.
Now, what I would do though is if I knew their favorite drink and snack, I always had a cooler. I had just a little red, I still have my little red and white cooler. It would be in the back seat, or on the floor in the back, and I would have their beverage and snack. I'd also have some for myself too. Because my blood sugar would go crazy if I didn't do something. So that's what I would do so that it enhanced that experience with them. So we didn't have to stop at Quick Trip and pay too much money for the snacks and everything. I had that in my car so that it would enhance that experience. That's how that questionnaire. That's why gathering information and getting to know people better is always going to help you. Keep it fresh, timely data entry. So I love what Jeffrey said, that he's updating his command every week, month. Thank you. Depending on how many people you meet during the month. So he might have an amazing open house and get a slew of names. It might make sense to update it immediately or once a month. But if you're getting leads, you need to do it quickly so you can easily put them on a smart plan. All of them should be on a smart plan. Okay. Enter as soon as possible. Update immediately. Log your contact history, record your calls, your emails, your notes in command. And like I said, or as Tyler pointed out, if you use the agent app, it makes it so much easier for you. And schedule time on a regular basis. It says here, schedule daily. I'd love you to touch your database daily. And if you're doing the daily 10-5, then you are. That's how you stay in there and stay active. The longer you stay away from it, the more dated and ineffective it becomes.
Hey, Christine, I have a question.
Yes.
So, on Saturday, right, I went to an open house and the person who's supposed to host the open house did not show up. So I met this client and she was interested in the house. And I told her I'm a realtor and here's my business card. I can help you. And we talked a little about real estate. And she looked cool, but then she gave me her number. And then when I text her, she did no longer respond. So since you said like we're supposed to get to know people because it was so cold outside and we were both in a rush, like in a situation like that, how can you make sure and like knowing the person without talking too fast?
Oh, I get it. I get it. So you just had a brief encounter,
Yeah.
right? Brief encounter. And so here's the thing. I would take whatever little bit of information that person gave you besides their contact information and run with it. What I mean is, did they tell you what kind of house or what neighborhood or what price point?
No.
What information besides their contact? That they wanted to see that house or they were out house hunting?
Yeah, she wanted to see that house. She's in the house hunting. And I think I just got too excited and I'm like, here, have my number. I'll call you I am a realtor.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No. So here's what I would do. I never assume that just because somebody doesn't get back with me immediately that they don't that they're trying to get rid of me. I assume they're busy. I assume whatever. So what I would do is if this was a house they were interested in, I'd say, hey, this house is still on the market. It hasn't gone under contract, but it's a pretty nice house. If you'd like to see it sooner than later, it would probably be better without being too pushy. Or I would also find other houses in that neighborhood in a similar price point and say, there's some other houses in the neighborhood. What do you think of this one? And I would just do like a picture inside or outside of the house and say, this is another house that possibly we could go see if you're interested. So instead of saying, I'm here, instead of me just going, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here in every text, I'm going to give them a little bit of something that might get a reaction. Does that make sense? So if you're a fisherman, you know that you cannot go out fishing with the same hook or the same kind of worm, right? Because different fish, different water, different temperatures are going to make them bite. Same with a prospective lead. We've got to put different bait on the hook to get their interest. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking whatever tiny bit of information you gave me, and I'm going to put something, I'm going to text you something about those. I'm going to give you little pieces, bites. I'm not going to give you a big morsel. I'm just going to give you little bites to see if I can get you to bubble up. Does that make sense, Anna?
Yes. Understood.
Yeah. So, also, you could also say, hey, I've got a great lender. Don't know if you have a lender yet. I'd love to be able to share you contact information with the lender because that's one of the first things for you to do before you really get serious about house hunting. You know, just those little pieces of information that I can dangle in front of them just to see if I can get them to pop up. That was a good question, though, because that's going to happen sometimes, especially even at a busy open house. At a busy open house, you may be able to have 2 seconds with a person. So I'm looking just to see if I can get just a little tidbit. And then sometimes I just make it up. I figure out, oh, they like this house. Well, then I'll look and see what other houses are around and see if I can wave those in front of them. Make sense? Does that help?
Yes, that helped.
Good question.
Yeah.
So law 3 is communicate systematically. Stay top of mind. So if you don't communicate, they'll forget you. If you don't communicate, they'll come across an agent who will. So just because you thought you had the most amazing connection with someone, Tyler, and you think they are my new BFF, maybe not. Not if you're not timely, not if you don't follow up immediately with them. And then consistent outreach, to Anna's point that she got this information, contact information, and now they're not responding. Well, we got to keep going until they tell us what are the 2 things that if they tell us, then we go away. 1,
Go away.
go away.
Or if they already have an agent.
2, they're working with an agent. Then you go away. Otherwise, I call it being politely persistent. I will not leave your world until you tell me one of those 2 things. Now, I will change my frequency of communication with you as time goes on. Meaning when I first meet you, Tyler, you're going to hear from me no less than 8 times in about 10 days. Okay? Because I want to see, is it now? Is it now? Is it now? Do you need me? Do you need me? Here, what do you think? Dangle, dangle. And then if I don't hear from you and you do not respond, then I'm probably going to put you on something that either is a touch once a month or twice a month. And I'm going to automate it because I'm just going to have to wait until you're ready or you tell me to go away or you're working with an agent. But I'm never going to give up on. I don't throw people out of my database. People who go and clean house and throw away, well, I never heard from them. It goes back, we've talked about this before. How many people, or you really don't know yet, how many people are actually watching you on social media and never respond? So just because they don't respond doesn't mean they're not paying attention to your emails, your text messages, your phone messages, what you're doing on social media. It just means they don't need you right now. Make sense? We can't push them to need us. And the consistency also builds the trust. Your database should work for you, not just sit idle. Use it at the start of your lead generation time to prioritize tasks and at the end, update results. Okay. Touch plans and your communication framework. So there's different, if you read the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, you're going to read about 8x8s, 12 direct, and 33 touch. Well, the updated, and none of these are wrong. There's just different ways to look at it. Gary now really focuses on the 19 to connect and the 36 to convert. So I do really recommend that people in your database need to hear from you a minimum of 3 times a month in some way, shape, or form. Not all the same kinds of communication, hopefully, but a minimum of 3. And I know that for some of you, that sounds like a lot, and you're like, oh God, that'll be so annoying. No, not if you vary the way you communicate with people. So it builds the 19 to connect, builds relationship with leads and contacts through 4 calls, 12 monthly emails, and 2 direct mails in one event. That is what I would put somebody on if they were a lead that didn't move forward immediately with me. Okay. So it's like what I said, I would do the 8x8 and then I would put them on a 12 direct, which would be once a month. So anything like that to keep you somewhat in their world. And then the 36 touch, those are those people that you want to deepen relationships with. Okay. Is everybody on the Office 36 touch plan? You're not? Are you? No. Jeff, are your people on the 36 touch? Oh, already? Good job.
Now,
36
the 36 touch.
The Office 36 touch,
Newsletter.
with the quarterly giveaways. Okay, so we've got to get you guys on these. It is critical. You're on? Okay.
Or if you guys just go to like one Ted Thursday with Rob, he's really good at helping you guys.
Yeah.
All your smart plans and stuff.
Well, the Office one, Ryan needs to set up for you because she actually goes into your command and puts your people on it.
You
Okay.
can email her.
So no, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to send you okay, so we need, and I want to see everybody on it. This is automated. You have to do this. This will get 36 touches. Jeff, you said your people aren't. Anna,
Yeah, Jeff did his a couple weeks ago.
awesome. And Mitzi.
And 6 touched.
I know if I tell you to go do it, you guys will forget. Not on purpose, but you'll get busy, you'll forget. I'm gonna give you a questionnaire that Ryan needs filled out. It's very short. It just gives her information on your command. And then she will reach out and do this and put your people on. She'll do it at the beginning of the next month. She can't put anybody on mid-month, but she can the next month. Okay, so we're at February and we're at the 24th. So now is a perfect time. And don't worry if you don't have everybody in your database, if you just have some. Okay, let's start now. And then as you add people, then they'll automatically go on it. Make sense? Okay, or you can, yeah, it's so good. It's not just contact, it's content and items of value. So what's great about the 36 touch is, one, there's a quarterly drawing that we do. Our service providers donate either an item or a gift card or what have you. This quarter, it's a $500 gift card to a spa that's over in town center. It's very nice. It's Woodhouse Spa or something. I drove by it. I didn't know where it was. And then I'm driving by and I'm like going to Trader Joe's. And I'm like, oh, there's where it is. Oh, that looks nice. And so we do a drawing every quarter to give that away to one of your clients if you're signed up. It gives you a reason to reach out and say, hey, get registered. This is free. Who doesn't love free stuff? It gets you their contact information. That's the beauty of it. When they register, they're going to have to provide their contact information. Also, the other pieces that go out are emails of value, meaning valuable information. So it's not, there's a newsletter that goes out at the first of the month, and it announces also the giveaway, but it has articles in the newsletter. And then there's 2 other emails that go out. I have my husband, he farms an area. I have him mail a postcard about the giveaway so he can get additional names and contact information of the area he farms, like their email address and phone number. He doesn't have that on a lot of them. He's got their mailing address so that he can start building his database with his farm area, because people register for the data for the giveaway. Make sense?
Yeah.
So it is a no-brainer. It is already done for you. It already looks professional. The newsletter and all the emails will have all your information and look very good. If you haven't set up your profile in Command, though, your marketing profile, you got to go to Brett to get that done so it'll be on everything. I don't need to tell you why systems work, or do I? It gives you consistency. It all will give you messaging on what you can talk to them about. It's repeatable, it's automated. You have to have automation in this business when you're self-employed. Otherwise, if you think you're going to be able to do everything, you're sorely mistaken. I wish it was that easy. Oh, come on, don't do that. No, don't want that. No, go away.
Sounds like me when I'm on my phone. Like, stop, just work with me.
Hold on. It won't
Yeah, the
go.
struggle is real for all of us.
All of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep your contacts, especially early on. Oh, this goes to what I was telling you about how I don't throw anybody away. Here, jeez, you drive me nuts. Sorry. You'll see Kristen's lack of patience on occasion. So here's this graphic here. Especially why you're not going to throw people out of your database is you're only going to have 20% of the people in your world that are going to be actively engaged with you, either social media, answering your text messages, phone calls, what have you. Only 20% are you going to see them actively participating in your world in some way. 35% will occasionally touch your world. 45% will be unresponsive. Yes, thank you. Almost half will not say anything. You know why? Because they don't need you at this moment. It's not because they don't like you guys. It's not because, they just don't need you right now. So don't delete contacts, especially when you're building your database. People's situations change daily. Today, somebody could be happy. Tomorrow, they could be filing for divorce, unfortunately.
Mhm.
Today, somebody may be single. Tomorrow, they might get engaged. Today, it may be just a couple, and tomorrow, the wife could get pregnant. Situations change. Today, you've got your same old job. Tomorrow, somebody gets a promotion and they get a new job, new pay grade, everything. They might even get transferred out of town, right? So today's unresponsive contact can be tomorrow's client. For less engaged contacts, move them into a lower cost plan so that's why the 36 touch is great, because it's going to keep going even if they're not responding to you. Make sense? So don't throw people away, because then you made a decision for them. You made a decision they weren't going to do business with you. They didn't tell you that. And every day we make decisions like that, we're giving business away, or potential future business away, just because we decided they didn't. We decided for them. So the fourth law and final law, and what we'll wrap up on, is you're going to service every lead. And I've talked about this before. Oh, you all are going to say, yes, of course I'm going to follow up with every lead. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to take care of people. And then you get busy, or you lose their contact information, or you just forget. Because you all have a lot of other things that go on in your world. And you're going to forget, and then you're going to feel bad and guilty and horrible when you're like, oh, crud, I forgot to follow up with them. Right? So it's human. It's going to happen to all of you. You've got to find systems, and that's why getting in your database and putting all your leads in there and updating those leads all the time is going to keep you from forgetting those people. That's why I love the tasks that you can do in Command. So if you tell someone, I'll get back to you next week, create a task or a calendar reminder. Don't depend on this. I can't. I absolutely can't. It's dangerous if I do. And then I'll feel really bad that I forgot that I said, oh, yeah, and I'll follow up with you next week. And I'll be like, oh, she probably thinks I'm awful. Right? And then we get in our head, and then we're scared to contact them because we screwed up. When actually they probably didn't notice. So you're going to service everybody that comes your way. Okay, what are your takeaways from today? What stuck in your head from today? I need 2 here in the room, and I need 2 online. Let's start here in the room.
Keep contacting everyone, even if they're not replying. Keep them in your database, keep touching them.
Yeah, don't throw people away.
And then I think also like after that, you're able to kind of figure out where people filter and where they lay and what plan they need to be on individually, instead of just trying to like reach out to everybody the same, like personalize it.
That's where I'll tell you, with your database, you do need to discriminate. And I say that because we can't talk to everybody, or we shouldn't talk to them or touch them or communicate everybody the exact same way, because they have different needs. And some, like somebody who's unresponsive, then I don't need to be touching them every week, right? I need to communicate in a different way. So you need to personalize that. That's why you want to tag buyers from sellers. You want to know where they came from. All of that is very important. So that's 2 from there. Okay, let's have 2 from Zoom. 2 takeaways. Edgar, Elena, Anna.
Can you hear me?
Say it again, Edgar. I'm sorry, you were breaking up.
Okay, let me disconnect my.
No, you're fine now. You're fine now.
Oh, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I guess I will say consistency and the right mindset.
I like that. I like that. Anna?
Yeah, I would say don't throw people away. Don't throw people away, and
Don't throw people away. Don't throw people away. You can see the words down there.
Okay.
don't throw people away, and always get to know people. Don't just rush into real estate talk, but actually and what they need.
Love that. So you can read her words down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. All right. If you're going to go on tour, I saw David Reederer. If anybody needs a flyer for my husband's tour, they're right here. They're right here.
You going here?
No. Sorry, I'm going.
Tour.
I'm gonna go. I haven't been in forever.
Yes.
Gotta go.
It's
Does someone have a list of open houses on Drive separately?
David will. Have
David
you met
will-
David yet? We'll go into
David
David.
Reederer. Yeah.
He's Brett's partner.
Thanks,
for
Zoom
house
people. Appreciate you.
It's on
Thank
Facebook
you.
page.
Usually on the office Facebook page, Brett, every Tuesday posts the list of the properties.
Mhm.
So if you want to go on your own, you can, or if you want to go as the group.
Where was it?
On the office Facebook page, you might have to scroll down, Anna said.
Well, but I introduced you to, and then you
Will you tell him I'm coming, Megan? Will you